Listen to Metal Cage, Saturdays, 1 to 3 on V103.net.
This is Uriah Faber, the California Kid. You're in the Metal Cage, where we kick ass and leave a big footprint.
Yeah. This is obviously media day for WFC 5. Another announcement before we get started. For WFC 6, August 2nd, we just signed Mark Matthews for Scott Smith. That will be in August. But now, obviously, we're talking about WFC 5, and let's start off some questions. If we got any questions? Come on, guys.
Let's see, Max. How do you feel really with because everyone's heard about the whole Facebook call out and how all that went down. What are your thoughts on that, and how does that kind of fuel for this fight coming up?
At first, I was kind of upset. At first I was just kind of thrown off because it kind of threw me out the water. You know, I kind of came kind of left field, but I knew it was coming. You know, Brandon was trying to make the fight happen, and so was Kito. And I didn't think it was going to happen. We had other stuff in the works, and then stuff falls out. And it was a good opportunity. He called me out, and it got Brandon up his ante. So, you know, he made it happen, and the numbers worked, and it's a great fight. You know, great main event. You know, he's number one around here, so you know we have a fight.
All right, and I guess the same to you, Kito, for that was the whole reason for doing that is because Max kind of was the guy to beat. Now you think you want to kind of bring that whole title with the 170 division's been really stacked within this organization. So was he kind of like the guy to go after, or what was your motivation with doing that?
Yeah, my thing was nothing personal, an attack against Max. It's very hard to go about it in a non-threatening manner because it's fighting and stuff. But I just felt like, you know, he was the first one to have the belt, and the belt hasn't been defended yet, and I want to be the first one to defend it successfully. And I felt Max was the guy to beat. He had a really close, controversial decision with Baseman, and you know, I cleaned up Baseman real good, and I hope to do the same thing with Max.
Awesome. Great.
I was aiming for Kito and Max.
I think we can make this this organization into something bigger. You know what I mean? Everything starts out small. UFC started small. Strikeforce, everything started small. It's us. It's the caliber of how we fight and the performance we put on. Max knows that this isn't going to be an easy fight for him. I know it's not going to be an easy fight for me. I'm trying to get in UFC. He's trying to get in UFC. We both feel we're close. I'm going to do something spectacular. I have to. That's the only way to get into the welterweight division in UFC. It's not by just grinding people out and doing something. I'm going to put him on his back, and I'm going to make it real exciting. I mean, that's basically.
So you felt this was your motivation for us to get to the next level?
Yeah, if I'm going to beat somebody and get into UFC, I'm going to beat someone who's on their radar and try to get in higher, and hopefully I can get more, tough opponents and stuff like that. Not to say that Max isn't tough, but guys with more buzz, you know what I mean? Guys that have more of a buzz that the UFC recognizes and stuff, and that's what we can do, I think, with this organization, is we can start to make this the spot that people come to in Northern California, come down from Redding and Oregon, and come up from Southern California to test us and stuff.
I want to touch more on that. I think that everyone sitting at this table is a high caliber fighter, and that they could be within the next couple fights, or even right now, could be at a big show like UFC or Bellator. And so I think that with Brandon putting on a fight, and all the fights on the card are stacked, you know, and you look at this table, anyone here could be in the UFC or Bellator or a big fight like that. I think that's going to really make some noise, and I think in a couple more fights, you know, WFC 5, 6, 7, I think big things are going to happen, like Kito said, because of the caliber of fights. We're in a good spot, you know. Northern California has the best fighters around, and we're the best of those fighters. So I think if we keep putting on fights like we've been doing, some big things could happen with WFC.
I guess if we pull some upsets, that'd be even nicer, huh?
Can you explain that? We're not upset.
He knew what I was talking about.
Oh, but we did. He looked at Max. Come on, sort of like the favorite. He looked at Max and said that.
So Andre, you asked the question of what was the fight we wanted to see. So I'm guessing that you want to see, obviously, Anthony fight, but he's fought your opponent, Adrian Diaz, before. Do you guys trade notes? And so it's a two-part question.
One, no, I haven't fought Adrian Diaz.
My friend Dan Romero has fought Adrian
Right, so
Diaz, I've talked to him a little bit, but I've talked to Dan Romero a little bit about their fight, but you know, it was a quick fight, and my friend Dan got the better end of it, but I think that, or actually I don't think, I know that Adrian's evolved a lot as a fighter. You know, he hasn't really, in my opinion, he hasn't lost a fight since then. He's had, the last fight was a little sketchy with the draw, but I don't think he's lost a fight since he lost to Dan. So I don't even think he's the same fighter. I don't really look at that fight and draw game plan or tactics from that, because I don't see him as the same fighter. I think he's completely evolved, and that was years ago. So I'm looking at his more recent fights, and so yeah, I do take some notes from my friend fighting him, but he's completely different. He's a much better, more evolved fighter, and that's a Diaz I'm looking to fight. So.
And what's the fight that you're most excited about seeing?
I'm most excited for Anthony the Shark Avila here to take on DeJesus. I think that's a caliber of fight that could be any promotion, like any big promotion. I think that's gonna be fight of the night. Personally, they're both killers, and it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, the hardest thing about this card was who's going to be the main event, because obviously these guys could all be the main event. Even the Venikov-Baseman fight, it's a pretty huge fight in the region, so it was tough. Any of these guys could be the main event, and they've been main events at other cards.
Well, we've got some non-familiar faces here that joined it. Well, not so non-familiar, but how do you guys feel about this? Do you guys feel that this is a good step in your direction? A good move? I mean, we all feel it is. How do you guys feel about this card?
I feel it's a big opportunity for myself. Andre Fili's probably the best in Northern California. He's a champion, so yeah, it's a really big step for me. And I want to fight the toughest guys, and I try to fight the toughest guys every time I go out there, and I think Fili's the toughest guy in this area.
Max, you were the first WFC Welterweight Champion. What would it mean to win that title again?
It would mean a lot, I mean, it was mine, I beat Jamie to get it spectacularly, and it kind of got passed around, and I feel like it's still mine. So Kito has it, and I'm getting it back May 3rd.
So this isn't disrespect to Max or anything like that. This is how we survive as fighters. I have to have that mentality. That's my process of thinking through my whole camp. On days I have bad days, I'm pushing and thinking, this is what I did. I did all that hard work. I beat a guy that took him 5 rounds to slowly, barely lose to. There's nothing that can stop him. Simple as that.
He ran away from me. He didn't run away from you. So
he ran away from Jamie Harrell.
So I'm glad that you feel that way, and that's for my benefit.
That's fine. It's nothing towards Max. It's nothing towards Max. This is for me. This is Kito. This is how Kito stays focused. And if he wants to hear about it, because he makes little videos and shows. I was looking for all of his. Fight footage, and I couldn't find it. He makes a video to kind of call me out to remind me that he's a champion, and I get all of his fight videos. It's perfect. I can scout him just like that. So I already know he's not super intelligent. I'm gonna find out when we get out there. Simple as that.
Andre, last year you set a pretty hectic pace for fights. Did what, 6?
Yeah, 2012. 2012, I had 6 fights. I kind of that was inspired by going to the Ultimate Fighter tryouts, and I feel like I did really well at Ultimate Fighter tryouts in the beginning of 2012. And Joe Silva had told me that I didn't have enough fights on my record. And so I think I just took that kind of personally, not in a bitter way, but it was just like, all right, well, I don't have enough fights. I'm going to put them together. And I felt like I fought every other month, all of 2012. I put six fights together, 6 wins. And I don't know if I would even care to try and do that in 2013, because it wasn't fun in 2012. And I don't think it'll be any different in 2013. Fight camp sucks, I'm not going to bullshit. Fight camp isn't fun. There's nothing fun about fighting except for winning. Every fight camp is grueling, and every fight camp is a bad time. And so I think I'm going to space it out a little better now. I've got an established record. I'm 11-1, and I don't think that I need to keep a 6-fight for the year pace. I think I can kind of pick and choose my fights a little smarter this time. But so yeah, I won't be fighting 6 times, but I will be active in 2013. Hey, are these free? Are these for us?
This one's for Isaac. Isaac, at one point in time, you were being touted as one of the top guys coming out of California, and now you get an opportunity to jump right back in to be the top team alpha male guy if you're able to do that. I mean, what do you think just about the opportunity to get back in the mix that quickly?
Use the mic, guys.
I don't know. I'm just excited to be back in the mix. You know what I mean? This is my life, so when it's not around, it's kind of like dull moments, I'm back, so it feels like, you know, a whole new feeling. So I mean, just being here is good, whether it's an alpha male guy or whoever. I mean, I'm just glad to be here, back in the mix.
And just because he has like a little skid, don't get it wrong. That guy can fight. He's a fighter, man. He hits hard and he kicks really fast. So yeah, don't let his little skid fake you guys out.
So is there anything you did different, Anthony, to prepare for him?
No.
Okay. Andre.
Yeah.
So you're a big 145er. I mean, you cut a lot of weight.
Gee, thanks, bud.
Well, that's what I heard. So.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. That's really cool of you.
I know, right? So you can pay me later. Do you find yourself staying at 145 as you get older? Because I know as you get older, it's harder and harder to cut the weight. Just like you said, the camps are grueling. Do you see yourself staying at 45s or maybe moving to 55?
You know, it's hard to tell. I think I'll stay at 45. I can tell you I'll stay at 45 for a few more years. You'll see me at 45 for quite a while. I think when I'm older, we'll see how my body reacts to the cut. I've been at 55 before. When I was a younger fat kid, I was at 55, and now I know how to diet and I know how to do the right thing. So the 45 cut, I mean, it's not fun, but I make it happen. And I think 55 might be in my future, but not for a while.
Does Anthony rub it in that he gets to, since this one's at 55, he gets to eat?
Yes, all the time.
Yes. He did this to me last time, though. Remember when we fought at Touchy and I had to go down to 45s and he got that extra 5 pounds? It was horrible.
Yeah, our last camp, I kind of deserved it. Our last camp, I got to fight at 150. He had to make 45. So he got to spend a little more time in the sauna than me, and I got to eat a little bit more. And this time, it's the other way around, so I guess it all works out, but he is kind of a dick for that because he can eat whatever he wants pretty much, and I definitely can't. So.
But also, we are a team, so I will be cutting with him as well.
Okay. This one's for Max. Max, obviously the champion has to be confident being the champion, but how do you take the way that he sees you overall? I mean, he's trying to be very professional. I'll say not to be insulted, but I mean, how do you see it?
Saying I'm not intelligent isn't, you know, whatever. He can say whatever he wants, but he's the one that has to fight me May 3rd. He can, you know, play all these games and say he's not being disrespectful, but, you know, I fight, so, you know, I'm looking forward to it.
I don't understand how I'm going to play games when I just came to you and said, look, let's fight. I just want to fight you. There's no animosity. I know you, but I don't know you. I just want to fight you because I think you're good. Simple as that.
Well, don't tell me I'm not intelligent at a press conference and saying you're not being disrespectful.
If I hurt your feelings, I apologize. But when you send a video and I get to see all of your fight footage,
I didn't send a video to you, man.
Whatever. You made it for me, talking about it.
You know, I should make one for you.
Put it like this.
I'll make your video May 3rd.
This will be your first time. This will be your first. That's actually good. This will be your first time that you get to experience getting knocked out in front of everyone.
Wow. Since when did you knock people out?
This is not.
How many knockouts do you have?
I think I have like 4.
I think you have like 2.
You should probably check my record, but I'll have.
If
I have 1, I'll have 2 come May 3rd. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. And you'll be on your back.
We'll see.
You'll be on your back, looking up in the air, wondering how do you get up from your feet, and you're not going to do it.
That must be a new thing for you. So we'll.
That's all I need to do. I just need to grapple you, wrestle you, and that's all.
This one's for Andre. You got a new clean cut look. You know, you changed the top. What's the whole process behind that one?
Cleaning up my act, guys. Doing the right things. No, I don't know. You can only have stupid hair for so long, man. It was I went a whole year. What, 2012 wasn't good enough, dude? I had like 5 colors, and it was like just gross, you know. I had to get rid of it. I got tired of girls ignoring me, you know. They still ignore me a lot, but a lot less now than when I had ridiculous hair. So yeah, no big deal. I just I wanted a regular haircut for once. So. Yeah.
I'll do 2 more.
I'll definitely take Kito. You know, you see Max as a fighter that can challenge you and is able to come take that belt because that's why you obviously challenged him and called him out. But do you see him honestly on the same level as you? I mean, it sounds like you scouted him and you don't see any ways for him to beat you. So what do you really think about him?
Well, what I'm looking to do is to have more wins and impressive wins and stuff like that. I think Max is a good fighter. I've never fought him, so I can't say if he's up here or down here. From what I've seen, I think I can beat him. I have a game plan, and I'm going to stick to it. Max can know what it is. I'm going to put him against the cage, take him down, whatever I choose, whatever he feels like doing, put him on the ground, beat him up, choke him, or knock him out. Simple as that. To me, it's not disrespect. We have like this is a cult here. This is a life. We live here at this gym. We come here every single day. We see each other here more than we see our families. You know, we're around guys that are, you know, top 10 in the world, top 5, you know, top in the world. Like, I don't understand how someone can walk into our gym and think that we live this lifestyle and that they're going to be better than us. That's all I do. I take care of my kids right behind you, and I fight. That's all I do. That's all I think about. That's how I'm going to get out of where I'm at and to get someplace better. And no one's going to stand in the way of that. And if they do, they better pack their lunch when they fight me. It's going to be all day event. Simple as that.
I got one more.
Well, you know what, Max? I didn't want to ask because we were on talent, but since he already saw or supposedly saw what you had, is there something you're doing different? I mean,
well, I know he's gonna wrestle me. You know, he said he's gonna knock me out, but he knows he's gonna wrestle me. So I've been working my wrestling, my ground game, and I'm working everything. You know, but I know he's gonna wrestle me. Although he's gonna knock me out, I don't know how. You know, we'll see what happens. You know, I don't like talking. I just like punching people. You know, so. You know, I'm just looking forward to May 3rd, you know, I really am.
All right, that's you guys. Thanks for coming out. I'll see you May 3rd.